guys, got an instant book review for The Psychology of Money. Timeless Lessons on Wealth, Greed, and Happiness by Morgan Housel. This book's really cool. The whole idea of this book is that financial success is not a hard science. It's a soft skill. And how you behave is more important than what you know. So he starts off the bat by just using the framework of, if you want to be a brain surgeon, you need to know how to do brain surgery. Like, you need to go to a lot of schooling for that and have a lot of practice and experience. And you need to know very specific things to be a successful brain surgeon. But you can build a lot of wealth without knowing much. The whole thesis of this book is that it's about how you behave with your money, your spending, your saving, your investing over the course of time. And that your behavior with your money is more important than what you may have learned about money or what you know about money in theory. So it's really, really interesting. He says no one is wrong. Everyone has different mental models of money. We all had different parents that taught us different things in different places, in different regions, in different countries, with different regulations, with different cultural identities and norms in different time periods, and all these things are shaping and impacting our view on money and what it means to us and what we think of it and what it should be used for and if it's good or if it's bad and all these things. And he talks about how it's different. There's a difference between successfully making money and successfully keeping money. To make money, you need to have different levels of risk and luck and higher tolerances for those things, whereas keeping money is a totally different game. To keep money, you need to have humility, that those things that got you money in the first place could actually work against you. And that leads into what I think is the most interesting part of the book, his whole concept of survival mode, where he talks about you need to build a margin of error. You need to have what a lot of people would refer to as an emergency fund. You need to put yourself in position to be able to survive, whether it's an emergency or a crash or whatever, because those things are going to happen and they're going to smack you in the face and you're not going to be prepared for them. And you should try to hit home runs, but if you swing and miss and it completely knocks you out of the game, then you're not going to be in position to be able to take advantage of opportunities when they come up. And if you are in a position where you can, like, he talks about being rational versus reasonable. And, like, yes, everybody wants to be rational and say you should always do this, 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 and this. But in the reality is, in the moment when things are going bad and things are going tough and crazy and there's emotional and psychological things weighing on us, it's hard to be rational. So if your approach can just be an approach of being reasonable, for example, he pays his house off, which from an investment standpoint is like, you would never do that, because normally you take that money if you want to invest it and have it become more money and put it somewhere else instead of just paying your house off. But for him and his wife, they would rather have their house paid off and know that if all the money that they're making stops, they don't need to pay mortgage payments every single month. And that as a result of that, their investment portfolio can continue to compound and grow, because you don't want to interrupt the compounding. That's the worst thing you can do. You want to be able to stay in the game long enough so that your investment portfolio can grow, and that when you have an opportunity to hit a home run, you can make contact. And if you're swinging and missing and it takes you out of the game, so now you need to dive into your investment portfolio to cover your emergency expenses, you're taking more steps backward than you're giving yourself the chance to step forward. So this book is really cool. You should totally read this book. Honestly, everybody should read this book. This is the kind of book that it really just helps create awareness of why we all sort of think different things about money. And you should check this book out if you are interested in expanding your viewpoint on arguably the most important tool in our society. So if you guys have read this book, I'd love to hear what you think. Please leave me in the comments something you liked, didn't like, something that stood out, something you might have a question about. Otherwise, Please bank, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.